Okay, sorry, I'm not super presentable at the moment. I just kind of woke up and I wanted to make the video in the moment so that I could like really explain before I forget details. I want to talk about hypnagogic hallucinations or hypnagogia. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Basically, hallucinations that happen when you're falling asleep or when you're waking up. You're not sleeping, you're not completely awake, you're drowsy, kind of thing. And at which point you experience hallucinations, auditory, visual, sensual, weird sensations through the whole body too, not just like feeling things actually touching you. Um, the first weird thing that I'd had like before I ever knew, like I actually researched this before I even knew, before any symptoms ever happened to me. I think someone on a support website was going through it, and I kind of researched it. Um, Once, well, actually several times, I was falling asleep, and I heard my name in my voice, like myself saying my name, and it was just like sounded like it was coming from inside my head, which was weird. And at the time, I knew a lot about DID, dissociative identity disorder, um, and often with DID, contrary to schizophrenia, where you hear the voices outside your head, with DID, you hear them inside your head because the personalities or alters or what have you are inside your head. So I thought, and I was abused as a child, so I thought, is it possible that I have like alters or something? That was my thought. Like I didn't know what to think because it was really weird to have just heard myself say my name. I really did hear it, and that occurred several times, not in the same night, but like several times over a period, and I would hear myself say my name when I was drowsy. I knew I wasn't sleeping. Anyways, later on, I think it was like a year or two ago. I thought it was due to medication, but like I was living with my sister. I woke up, and I heard her calling for me, and she sounded like she was really like freaked out and that it was urgent. And so I got up right away and I ran to see her, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Um, Only to find that she was in the dark, in her bed, sleeping soundly, and I was confused. And then I said, and I woke her up and I says, Juanita, like, did you say something? And she's kind of like, what? No. And then I kind of like just stopped and realized, did I hear that? Like, was it a hallucination? And I thought it has to be because she's clearly asleep. She didn't call for me. So I go back to bed and I keep having these weird auditory hallucinations where, like, let's say I'm laying in bed and I'm hearing the sounds as if I'm waking up at the old age home where I used to work, like at night. Like I was with them all evening, and you know, meds and eye drops and toast and ambulances and whatever they needed, I was there. But when they were sleeping, I was allowed to sleep, and I would just like get up if they rang, and I would just go to their room and help them out. But I would wake up in the morning, and around 5:45, my boss would be there, and he's like preparing things in the kitchen to make breakfast. And I hear clanking in the sink. I know my sister's not doing the dishes. My sister doesn't tend to do the dishes during the day, much less in the middle of the night. So I knew it wasn't her, and then I was hearing, but it sounded so much like when would wake up back at work, and I heard my boss's voice, and he was talking to the elderly ladies, like animating breakfast the way he always did. He was a very sociable person, and I would hear that. I was laying down in the bed as if my workplace were right outside my door. It was quite odd. another time I heard my friend, if you read my book, Lady Injury, my friend, I changed her name to Lisa in the book, I'm pretty sure. Lisa, and so I heard Lisa being raped and calling out for help and, the thrashing around and all this stuff, and I was just freaked out. But I realized that it wasn't actually happening. I didn't know why I was hearing it. I thought it has to be due to the medication. So, I couldn't do anything anyways. I couldn't get out of bed. I was completely conscious, and I just didn't know what to do because I knew that it wasn't actually there. So I'm like, there's nothing to do. It's not actually happening. So I ended up talking to a doctor about it, and she's like, I described everything, and I'm like, is it the medication or is it some kind of like psychiatric disorder? And she says no, that considering that it's just when I was waking up or falling asleep, that it was not like anything like schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, whatever it was, and there's nothing really medications can do. It's just it's not a, anyways, classified dangerous hallucinatory event. It's just really scary, and it happens, yeah, between wakefulness and sleep, like when you're drowsy, waking up or sleeping. And anyway, so I looked it up online, and I see it, and I was like, okay, yes, this is definitely what's going on with me. And I didn't have any visual hallucinations. Mine are auditory. And this tonight, I have this weird sensation throughout my whole body. Like I'm trying to, like I'm waking up and falling asleep and waking up and falling asleep, and I have this weird like sensation like I'm being pushed down into the bed, and there's actually part of me that's like completely squished down, and another part of me kind of like I have two alternate me's or like realities or something, and like I'm higher, and then I'm just. It's an awful feeling. I did not like it at all. And my heart was being squeezed because I was very anxious of what was going on. And I was hearing the dog at the bottom of the bed whining and scratching to get up. And I thought, that doesn't make sense because the dog is supposed to be in the bed. I didn't put him down. Like he's too much of a weirdo to like the bed is high, so I have to help him up and help him down, and I didn't put him down. So I was like, how did he get down on the floor? And I look, and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. He's not on the floor. And I'm like, okay, he's not on the floor. He's not scratching there, but I heard it. So where's the dog? And then it occurs to me, oh no, maybe this is happening again. So I look around the bed, and Mishu is next to me. Mishu is this blob of fur. He was laying next to me, sleeping, and I just touched him, and yes, okay, he's there, so he's definitely not on the floor. So yeah, then I thought, okay, whatever is happening again, just like go to sleep and make it pass and whatever. But then I feel him jumping at my feet at the bottom of the bed as if he's on the floor, jumping up, trying to get on the bed, but he kind of like grabs hold of my feet, and I feel the sensation as if he's actually, grabbed hold of my foot. That freaked me out because I'm not used to having physical sensation during these episodes. I don't know what you would call it. So that was scary. I heard my brother's voice in the kitchen, and he lives next door, so it was definitely not him. Yeah, so if you're experiencing hallucinations and it's only when you're drowsy, when you're waking up or falling asleep, it could be hypnagogic hallucinations. Try not to diagnose yourself. Go to a doctor and see what they have to say. Just even if it's just so that you can have some answers, and also to make sure that it's not something else. And if you do research on it, maybe it'll be a little less scary because you'll know what's going on. So like tonight, like I was really freaked out. Like I wanted it to end, but I knew what was going on. So that was kind of like a reassurance to me. So yeah, talking too long, terrible. Uh, Hi, it's late at night and you're not supposed to be awake, Melissa. Wait, it's only 12:40 a.m. It's not that bad, but ah, my God. Yeah, I want to do the giveaway video tomorrow. I'm really hoping. I've had painters over. They painted the icky lilac color that my mom had in this room away, and it's a fantastic gray, neutral tones. I haven't been able to make videos like I wanted because the painter's here. This is a bit spontaneous, but yeah, like I've had busy days and yeah. So I'm hoping to do that giveaway soon, and I'm hoping you guys have fun with it and enjoy the stuff I have to give away. Yeah. Bye.